What's going on YouTube? It's Biggs, and it's been a long day in the sim, but we're going to keep bringing you some games for our Roads to Nat special. Today we're going to be tackling Luffy, and how do I feel about Luffy? I think he's good. I don't think at the current time, I don't think he's awful into any of the decks that are on the list. I just think he's kind of like middle of the road of just like top tier decks, but not. I wouldn't say he's like a contender for the best deck in the format in the same way we'd be talking about like something like Sakazuki. Um, but that is kind of what Pluffy does. He's kind of a jack of all trades. He has good access to card advantage thanks to his ability. He has the ramp, which lets him, cheat the Don curve immensely. Um, and just a lot of tools in the deck that help him fight multiple matchups between Magellan, um, ulti page one combo for going wide. I'd say the worst matchup is probably just Red Zoro. Um, Red Zoro and a little bit of Red Purple Law, but they have to see a lot more than you do. That is Red Purple Law's problem, is that you have to find all three pieces at once, and there's nothing that kind of like overlaps between Don generation, card advantage, and removal. So it's a little weird the way Red Purple Law works. That's why a lot of the times you can starve him a little bit, and then eventually he doesn't really have much to lean on after. Um, but I would definitely say Red Zoro more so than Red Purple Law is where Purple Luffy's bad matchups are. Just the aggression is just sometimes just too much too quickly. Your deck has answers that has removal, but it's mainly for much later in the game, like 4 drops Kuzan, and then the 6 drops that you can hit with 9 drop Kaido. So it's okay. So definitely his only bad matchup, but a matchup that not a lot of people are too high on, although I am. Zoro is always in my back pocket of decks that I think is actually really good right now. He has a fantastic Sakazuki matchup if you build it correctly and play the matchup correctly. Um, Super strong there. But other than that, Pluffy is just kind of like he has game against everything. And I guess the pitfall for the deck itself would just be like if you don't see the right pieces at the right time, kind of thing. But that's always been purple. They don't have a lot of card draw outside of Queen. The Luffy leader ability helps in that. But at the same time, sometimes you just draw the wrong half of the deck. It does happen a lot more than you think. So that is something that, sets Pluffy back just a little bit. That's just RNG for the card game. But overall, super strong deck. Definitely put him solid. Definitely, most likely, we'll see him in day 2, along with the other 2 top contenders that we're going to be talking about later in the week. But let's hop into our deck build just so we can get that going. The good thing about Pluffy is that he's fairly standard. At least you're not going to see too much in the way of variance. This was a Japanese tech that won a CS. It was Sheep's Horn. It was just another way to get rid of a blocker, which is huge. I like this card a lot. I think it's really good as a cheap way to answer blockers. I know I've spoken to some people and they're like, oh, but you have things like Poly, you can 9-drop. Yeah, but then that, ties up your Don for your other attackers on board. Sometimes all you need is to clear the one blocker, and then you can push through with like 6Ks, any of your stray 5K bodies that happen to stick, and allocate Don more offensively there. So that's why I kind of like the Sheep's Horn. I'm going to keep experimenting with it. As far as our 2K suite, I went a little higher than normal. If I'm not mistaken, I'm running 13. The deck, you can argue for, one-ofs of random cards here and there, but I think for the most part, the deck is fine. I don't think you really need too much of the kid. The kid is good in certain matchups. Otherwise, I think he's kind of just dead. It very rarely, outside of things like yellow, will it stick for too long or do anything that matters too much. So I think it's good, but not something that we need to run the full set of 4 of. It's just another dead card with no counter sometimes. And then the 2Ks, I varied them. I like the Fronosuke as just another rush threat. It's just a surprise, you know, late game way to win a game. You do have to be mindful of the Dawn restriction on the ability, though. I have caught myself in testing just because I didn't read the card 100% of the way. But like I said, I just like having the flexibility on my 2K counters. Purple has a lot of really cool 2K, so it's nice to have that. And then your standard affair blocker, super efficient body is the Queen. Please Bandai, please, 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 please print Queen in next month's tournament promo for like a store. You can make it stick figure art. I will buy it for $1 off TCG Player so long as it's widely accessible because I am tired of seeing this card at $40. I actually lost 2 of my copies in the mail, or rather, the seller sold me 2 copies and it got lost in the mail and I never got them. And now I just don't want to buy it again. Like, I was happy and sad that I never got them because there's no reason why this should be 40. Bandai, please, Bandai. But anyway, moving on. We're gonna get into some games. It's the list that we all know and love with some, you know, little spice, none too crazy. All right, we got a game into Sakazuki. This hand is kind of duty. I took second away from him just so I can have a better turn 1 or turn 2 rather. I'm gonna mull. This is better. I like our curve a lot more. Double Maggie is pretty cool. We'll pass. See what he decides to do. So he gets his nice brand new start. Takes a Borsalino. 7 cost. We're going to 2K out. Okay. We're gonna life. We're gonna attack 5. Alright, and we're gonna Magellan. Make him have whatchamacallit, the Houndblaze. So he's gonna need to be able to attack, reduce with like Eruption, and then Houndblaze pump brand new. It's always a good check to have. If they don't have it, then their removal just gets significantly worse. The second copy of this is really gonna put pressure, in my opinion. Well, 1. Most likely has the Eruption. No, does not, which is pretty big for us. Okay. We're gonna attack 6. Six is a big number against Sakazuki, and he's trashed 1 2K already. He has some of the odd curves though, so I'm expecting him to have like 1 to 2 copies of this Mihawk. Okay. Do this. We're gonna attack for 7 now. And we're gonna play another Magellan, and I think I think second Magellan might just be game on the spot. Yeah. Yeah. He's not gonna be able to come back out of that. Goes back down to 5 Dawn. He's playing too much mirror tech in my opinion. So he's getting punished for that. Only having access to peel off. The Mihawk does nothing. It depends on how many Borsalino 9 drop Mihawk he was playing. But yeah, that you're asking for this to happen when you play like overly teched for the mirror. He's going first. Let's see if I can catch him with his pants down, maybe. I don't know. His hand's not the greatest, honestly. I think we mull. This is a little bit better. Pass. I was trying to see if I can get him to take a life early. You should be playing around 4 drop law. See what can grab out of him here. It's a big fat nothing. Well, at least we got the 6K body. So play out poo pass. No turn 2 play is nice. He gets rid of Lucci. Interesting. Lucci is kind of weird. You need a lot more in this matchup to get the effect off. Unless you find quite a few grid eruptions. Because I'm going to be playing a lot of 4 and 5 bodies early. I guess he's just going to Hound Blaze here. Attack for 9. It's going to hurt. It's a good amount of pressure. That's a good find. I can kind of save a poly. Do I deploy the poly anyway? Poly, well, it doesn't matter, honestly. Because even if I ramp here, and also ulti now. Counters Rebecca. Now we have I always forget that you get the active Dawn with Poly. That's just bad me. Not playing the deck too often. So it should have been a 6k swing. I could have maybe forced another 2k from hand. But now we have 9 drop set up for next turn. Coming out relatively fast. We'll throw our 2 and 1. I'm expecting this to be like Borsalino. I'm telegraphing 9 drop, so yeah. So we're gonna go 5. And then 6. If he taps this, that's fine. To like block and 1k or something. Takes, so I'm just gonna go Magellan. This is pretty big. I set him back literally his whole Dawn turn. And these are exceptionally hard to remove. He's already committed 1 Hound Blaze already. So I think we're good. And then 9 drop on the back of this should just win me the game. He's gonna have these bodies that he can't answer. I have queens coming. Someone who's been playing Sakazuki a lot. I have been testing it a lot in my locals. 5 is really awkward to deal with. There's an Ice Age. This has to be Hound. Is he gonna attack here? Let's see what he does. He does attack Poly, you can have it. I'll just stack 6 again. Attack 5. There's the block. If you didn't know, you have to down minus to get the rush. So I'm just going to kill the Borsalino. And next turn I'll go to... I think it's fine. Yeah. We can have Sheep's Horn plus extra Dawn. I can take the life to push for game here. Yeah. Me setting him back a whole turn helped a lot. That is the power of Magellan against these control decks though. The hard to remove body and then the the way you mess with your Dawn curve is pretty important. Let's see. That one life gets rid of the Mihawk. So he is playing some of that go first curve with 9 drop. I know a lot of people have been doing like a 2-2 split between Borso and Mihawk. I think it's okay. Personally, I like 3. I think just having the flexibility of your Dawn is important, but I do understand that like Mihawk does a lot, especially in the mirror match. It's gonna attack me, reduce Kaido most likely. I'll give you a queen. Kuzan into draw. He's already cycled for turn. Yeah. And now we get to do this. Rest there. We'll go 9. I can do double 9 and then 10. So it doesn't really matter what he has in hand. $13. Yeah. Got stuck with the worst hand possible. Okay, we got a game into Katakuri. We're gonna go second. I just think that's the better play. Going to our 5 down turn. This is okay. Ramping to Kid helps us just slam 7 the next turn without having to Dawn minus. Dawn minus leader ability. That's also a good play. So we have options here. We're kind of getting flooded on the big stuff, so I don't want to see too many more non-counters if I'm lucky. So, yeah, we're taking 8. Got it, Chief. Plays another pudding. He left that top for the first card, and he got Perospero. Interesting that he doesn't play it, though. Probably just wants to pressure my life as fast as possible. Attack. Counters early. Do we just play... I think we play Kid. Then we can play 7-drop Kid. I don't have to take a life. We ramp. I can attack for 7 with lead. Magellan is pretty helpful here. Just because I could technically keep him off 7 mom. So he has 8. There's the Pero finally. But I like our board enough, so I'm just gonna do it. And we can attack 7. It's probably a character. Yep. But we can kind of turn sideways here. If he only goes 5-5-5, then that's obviously the 7 mob. There it is. It's fine. You can have it. Doesn't want to turn sideways. I think we could just block her up. Do that. I think we're beyond Magellan mattering now, so this is fine. We can go attack 8. Smoothie. Attack 6. We're kind of like 9-beard right now, so we're okay. I'm fine. I'll just play another Kid blocker, and then I think we can attack with this one. Hitting a Thunderbolt trigger would be really crappy right now. It doesn't find it, thankfully. So this is one of the ways you can just beat most decks, is just overwhelming them with value. I'm expecting him to just play Kata, so I'm gonna counter. Because now he wants to kind of keep pace with me by just playing big boys. I have another 2 for that. It's gonna replace the pudding to put my 7-drop probably on top, and then he can big mom the next turn. It's on the bottom. Maybe he doesn't have 10-drop right now. But now we can do 9 Kaido. Get rid of this, because literally the only thing that does anything. On the off chance, he's only used 1 2K counter, so on the off chance he tries to protect, I'm just gonna go 12 there. Don't really expect him to do it, but just in case, we can do this. Attack 5, and then I can do double 7. I think it's worth it. I can pressure him here. I think he played a little too aggressive, possibly. Force a block. Just takes. Had another 7 mob. And a bagel. How many bagels is that, 2? No Thunderbolts yet. Slight possibility that that's a Thunderbolt in life now. Does he want a 10-drop? I think you just lose, personally. Just protect my board. Yeah. Alright, we got a 3rd and final game at the Sakazuki. I don't know, I feel like all I've found so far is Saka, so I might just leave it here. Got 3 different games, 3 different openers into Sakazuki, so I will show that. We'll go ulti page 1 combo into, our first turn, or second turn rather. So he can remove 1, but not both. On only 4 Dawn, so we're looking okay. I will $2K out. I want to save the law. We'll just see what happens, life-wise. How much damage he lets me do to him. He's milled 3 2K counters. Holy, I just saw that. No answer to board, which is pretty good. So we'll attack 6. Four 2Ks down. That's half of them gone. I'll just attack 5 for fun. If I queen now, I go to back to 5, up to 7. If I ramp, I go to 8. But if I play kid, I can 9 him. So that's probably what we're gonna do. So we're gonna go like this. And the wider I keep going, the harder it is for him to just clear. Multiple 6K attacks too is really, really helpful. Especially with what we've seen so far. That's 4 2K counters gone. He might be playing more, but it's hard to say. This is going to be a Hound Blaze, most likely. And if he's smart, he tries to go for board. Yep. Goes 9 into 6. I think it's worth it. Goes 9 at me, that's fine. 9 into ulti is okay. So there's the 9. I'll go 6. We'll go 5. If he blocks, then the 9 eats that up. Just go 10 into 6 and pass. So now he has the 6K attacker and the 9 to worry about. He has to have like specifically like Ice Age or something and a Borsalino. Can go Ice Age, reduce attack, and then Rebecca Kobe is an option for him, but then that leaves him with no cards in hand. Hard to say. It's gonna go 8 into our page 1, holding up 5, maybe Sabo. But I'm gonna protect our board here. Yep. Okay. I'm gonna attack 6. I'm gonna leader ability. This might cost me the whole game, to be honest with you. But I think we played the 7. That's a weird one. So I think we're okay now. We'll go 6 life and then put 10 there. Just so that I'm not dead on some weird crackback. But we're looking okay. I can block her up after. I have decent amount of counter thanks to Jet Gatling. So we're looking pretty good. Not the greatest of openers from Sakazuki opponent, unfortunately. Milling through that many 2Ks, 5. He literally only has 3, it looks like. I'm always reluctant to say, like, you know, the definitive number, but most likely he only has 3. Only 2 cards in life. Yeah, he has no way to clear and then block her up. That's literally how you beat the deck, is just you have to put them in between a rock and a hard place, and like, can I clear and block? And I have too much going on right now. Protecting the page 1 was very important for us. It just pushes us even further ahead. Alright, so he's going to Great Eruption. Not sure where. He could be going for page 1, trying to go for game between these two. he's gonna go here. So he can Hound Blaze, get this out of there, and then try and kill me with a lot of Don, which I might goad him into doing. To see if I can just kill him on the crackback. On my own crackback. Mills is Mihawk. Yeah. I mean, realistically, these are just Borsalinos, but I still don't value them pretty highly. If I was going to play any, I'd probably just tech in one. The 2-2 split and then having 10 drop Kaido, I feel like it's just too much. I think 5 is a good sweet spot for like your top end cards. He's reducing further, but I still think he has to block her up, so I'm gonna counter, for better or worse. I'm not sure what that was for. You're gonna Kobe this? Okay. So I think we just attack 6 here. Just prevent weird lethals, like I said. Attack 6 there. Attack 10 life. Queen. Next turn I go to 9, so I'll just get rid of Magellan. Pass. Cycles Hina. He threw the Ice Age away. Has gone through 3 eruptions, 2 Hound Blaze, right? No, 1 Hound Blaze, sorry. So only has the 3 cards in his hand to work with here to clear the blocker and attack 2 times per game, which is a big ask. Because if he has to attack with leader before he can achieve that, I'm just going to block. Let's see what he decides to do here. I think the writing's on the wall for opponent, but you know, you got to go through the motion, see what your best optimal play is, even if you're going to lose. You just got to go for it. Okay, this is a good start. Manchuri into... He has options. He gets the Rebecca from Trash, which can find Tashigi. Has the Hina in hand. Has Lucci. But that is not enough. I'm going to counter out of the 5k and pop on the crackback with Kaido. And then go 10-10. And that should be GG. Well, good games to opponent. This is the best thing he could do, I guess. So Pop the Rebecca, 10 life, and then 10 life. GG. And there you guys have it. That is our Pluffy list. Not much to say, like I said. Luffy just has a lot of different game plans and strategy. Super fun deck. Can play well into all the matches. Not really the most representative. The double Magellan game can happen to you as Sakazuki, but other than that, like it's a lot closer to even, possibly, not possibly, and definitely Saka favored. It just happened, to turn out in my favor in those games. Could also just be, poor decision making. Like every cycled card matters. Your deck list and your choices matter. So not to say that that wasn't there, but as you can see, Pluffy has a lot of game, a lot of really interesting options literally every step of the way, on whether you want to don up, which character you should play to line up for the turn after. So it's a lot of cool stuff going on with Pluffy. I like the deck a lot. If it wasn't for Queen, I would also be considering him, but I don't have him. So it is what it is there. What else can I say here? Just try not to get too caught up on not taking life, being a little risky. Like what I did there at the end there, playing the 7-drop kit, could have bitten me in the tush, but it did work out for us in the end. Going down to 1 life is not as bad as you think. These Jet Gatling gun is so good. Being able to turn all our dead cards into counter is pretty good. It's essentially a 2k and a 1k when you do it that way, so I like that a lot. But that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much if you've been watching for this long. Do not forget to like and subscribe, and let me know what your deck lists are looking like for Nats, because I'm always interested. Please comment down below. With that said, guys, peace.